So, welcome everybody. So today is living in flow, the now moment. So you can see here that I have drawn an infinity loop, and this is now, and this is the heart space. So whenever we're out of balance, we're not in the now, and that is, scientists believe that they've calculated it's about 80% of our life, because we spend 40%, let's say 40% of it in the past, being depressed about the past or anxious about what's happened or dwelling on the past, carry on the story of the past, and then the other 40% living in the future, being anxious about what hasn't quite yet happened and maybe never will happen, rather than just living in the now. So we're going to work with a flow class tonight, and some of the movements will be, most of the movements will be suggested. So I'll give you a posture, an asana, and then I will ask you to listen to your body, and it might want to move in a slightly different direction. So don't be so rigid about your thoughts. Just allow your body to move. You'll get into it. Okay. So we're going to start sitting, actually. So cross-legged, but remember, if cross-legged doesn't suit you, then you can sit however you want to. So we'll start by just closing our eyes. Bringing connection to the breath. And just simply observing the flow of the breath. And remembering that each breath is unique. You'll never breathe the same breath more than once. Feeling that flow, that connection outwards into the world. Remembering that we are not separate, although we might feel that we are not. An example of that is, we might feel that our body is very separate to a tree, but in actual fact, trees have incredible energy systems, and also they breathe out oxygen and they breathe in carbon dioxide. So we are in flow with nature. Just really anchoring your attention into the breath. Imagining that that flow of breath is being threaded through the heart space, in and out, almost like an infinity loop. And you're resting in that present now moment in the center of the in and the out breath. Lovely. Let the hands rest on the thighs. Remember, you can stretch the legs out in front of you if the crossed leg starts to become uncomfortable. And we're going to start to circle, inhaling and exhaling. Work with the eyes closed and just feel that movement from the sit bone. So just circling the whole of the upper body. Inhaling and exhaling, almost as if you're drawing a circle with the shoulders. So you're moving, circling. And notice how the body vehicle feels in the midst of this flow of breath. Notice where it may feel tender, it may feel resistant to movement, so maybe change the movement a little bit. Lovely, change directions. Can you slow the breath down? Do the shoulders want to start to sort of move the arms as well? Can you create a movement through the arms? Does it feel like the elbows want to lift a little bit so you get more movement into the shoulders as you circle? Just notice, so we don't have to administer a movement and prescribe it so much. Actually, you self-prescribe because you're living in the flow, noticing how the movement feels for you. Lovely, come to upright. Let's just turn the head one way, noticing with the breath, and then turn it the other way. And again, notice where the tenderness is. Maybe drop the chin, start to draw a circle. And as you draw the circle, does the shoulders want to join in? Is it more of a slight upper body movement, so you feel as if you're drawing a circle in a different direction, a different plane of movement? Really using the breath as if the body is literally being moved by the breath. Change directions. Do you feel that there's a need to sigh out? Is there some energy stuck around the solar plexus that's quite dense? Do you want to sigh it out? Lovely, and release. Let's lie down. So we'll just start to release through the body using the earth for support. So let's start by bringing the knees up, circling them with the breath. Maybe sighing out, maybe breathing out from the nose, but always breathing in through the nose unless it's blocked. We've got hay fever or something like that. Notice the gentle tilt of the pelvis. Do you feel like you want to let the head roll from side to side gently as you circle the legs? Can you relax the jaw? Can you release the need to control every movement? Can you just allow the movement to happen? Let's keep the right knee in close, bring the left foot to the floor and let the left knee roll out. So just holding the right knee close in. Then bring it quite close into the body, but kind of rock it from side to side. So it's still close into the body, just rolling the thigh near the right side of the torso and allowing that to also rock the back of the body. Just noticing. Using the breath. And then just hold the knee wherever the body wants you to hold it. Maybe it wants you to hold it with both hands. Maybe it's just one hand and you bring it as far out as you can. Be different for everybody. And just breathe into the shape that you now find the body in. So use the breath. Lovely. Release the right leg, let it flow out to the side. Bring the left knee up towards the body. Feel it press towards the torso to start with. Rock a little bit from side to side, using the breath to connect the movement. And that sense of letting go as the breath flows out. And then just holding. You might find that this side wants to be held differently. Notice if there's any holding in the right leg as you allow it to roll out to the side. Is it tense in the upper part of the thigh? Can you relax that tension with the flow of the breath? Lovely. Bring both legs back up against circle again. Cross at the ankles, take the arms out to the side. Exhale, the knees over to one side. So I'm not giving you a prescriptive side. Which side do you want to go to first? Inhale and exhale. Notice what's happening with the arms. Do they want to be straight? Do they want to be bent? What feels most comfortable to release? Let the head gently move from side to side. Notice any tension in the jaw. Lovely. Now we're going to roll to the right, so I am being prescriptive now, just so that I can give you some instructions. Curl up as if you're in a little ball and you're hugging yourself, and bring the right arm to just hold the side of the left knee. And then just soften this left arm. And we're going to inhale, we're going to draw a circle around the head with that left arm, bring it across the body. Inhale, across the head, exhale, back across the body. Inhale, exhale. Now take your attention inwards to that central point of infinity, the heart space, where the self resides, which is eternal. Now just feel the heart by intuition. Does it feel like it needs a sigh? Does the body want you to bend the elbow more and let the head turn with the movement? So remember, the throat chakra and the heart chakra are really one now. Just allow that energy to open with the movement. Lovely. Now keep the left arm out nice and wide. Let the knees come across. Curl into the left side. Bring the left hand onto the right knee. So you just hold the knees down and draw the circle with the right arm. Notice the differences in the sides. Is there more tension in the right arm? Maybe because you're right-handed. Or maybe it's freer because you're left-handed and the right hand doesn't get used as much. Just notice all the asymmetrical nature of our physical vehicle as you focus on the breath. Does the head want to move? Can you feel that sense of the breath flowing through you and you being right at the center point of it. So each time the breath exchanges to the outflow and to the inflow, we're in a now moment. In fact, the whole length of the breath in and the whole length of the breath out is a now moment. Just allow the breath to hold you in the present. Lovely, come back to center. Use the next exhale to come into coil. Squeeze the knees in. Inhale, let the legs come down, sweep the arms over. When you're ready to exhale, push up. Just notice how high you naturally want to lift. Inhale to lower. Exhale, come back into coil. Do you want to separate the knees further this time and lift the head further in? Inhale, lowering. Arms sweep over. Do you want to hold the breath in before you lift and then push up? Is there a moment when you actually just want to pause before you breathe in? Just feeling that flow of energy running through the body vehicle, energizing every single cell with oxygen and prana. And on the exhalation, we just release the energy that's become stagnant. Sometimes it's called a lower vibrational energy. And just allowing it to flow backwards into the universe or outwards to be renewed with the inhale. As we inhale, we breathe in a fresh vibrational energy to clear out our system, to energize us. Good, keep the knees where they are. Hands at the side of the body. Let's flow up with the legs and the arms. Inhale, let them float up. Arms come over. Maybe draw the toes towards the face. Exhale, bend the knees again, let the arms float down. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. You can now really draw the awareness inwards. Feel the flow of energy that's attached to each new breath. Let it liberate the body, the emotions, the mind, freeing it up each time you exhale to let go. And each time you inhale to regenerate yourself. Good, now we're going to start to do a movement with the legs, keep them raised. Start to circle the ankles. Start to circle the hands as well. So the hands are kind of overhead or they can be a little bit further upright. And I want you to kind of just go with the flow. So do the knees want to join in? It doesn't really matter how you move. How does the body want to move to release tension? Are you drawing infinity loops? So my body wants to draw infinity loops with the wrists and with the knees. And that moves into the hips. And then it feels like it wants to kind of do a strange backstroke on the back of my body, like a breaststroke. And I'm moving my arms in and out, legs are moving round in circles. Just notice And go back to the up and down movement. See if you can make that movement more fluid. Almost as if you're swimming or dancing in the air. And you're allowing the joints each joint to do its own movement. So the wrists, the fingers, the knees, the hips, the shoulders, the elbows, what does it want to do? Lovely, bring the knees back towards you. Let's rock from side to side. Let's fill the back of the body, gently creating pressure on all the acupuncture points that run along the meridian channels. So the meridians are channels of energy that run through our body, but it also runs out into the universe. So when we think we are separate, it's when we suffer. When we recognize that we are all interconnected, not just humans, animals, plants, trees, everything is interconnected, then there is much more flow. So feel the flow through the breath. Good. Now, if the back is a little bit sore, then just keep this movement going. If the back feels fine and you want to do a roll, then roll along the spine. Use the exhale to go back, inhale to rock up. And this movement, do you just want to move up to the shoulder blades and the feet move to the ceiling, or do you want to tap the toes behind the head? Do you feel as if you want to leave the hands on the floor to get a deeper movement into the back? Lovely, and rock all the way out. Lovely, here comes the rain. You might be able to hear it on the mic. Okay, so spread the fingers nice and wide. I'm going to start with the normal cat-cow. So inhaling and exhaling. Pay attention to the whole of the body, whole of the spine, and notice if there's areas that want you to push a little bit harder. So maybe pushing upwards towards the shoulder blades, maybe tucking the chin in more to release the back of the neck, or maybe lifting the head more to release the throat area. Okay, now I'm going to start to circle backwards, forwards, side to side. Just use the breath and notice that it's not a static circle. It's not drawn on one plane of movement, that actually you might want to turn a bit more. So you feel it in the shoulders and the ribs. Just do it with the eyes closed. Feel into what the body wants to do. Good, change directions. Maybe feel totally different on this side. Lovely, back to center. We're going to do dynamic movement around the heart space. So as you exhale, slide the left arm under and the right arm comes up. Maybe the elbow soft, maybe the arm extends. Entirely up to you. As you inhale, push back to center. As you exhale, go the other way, slide up. Maybe you move from the elbow and just keep moving from the elbow, or maybe you lift the arm. So if you're very tight, it might be that you just move from the elbow. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, slide under. Raise the arm or just the elbow. Just take your time, so each of our breaths is a slightly different length. See if you can breathe out fully into the extension of the twist before you come back to center with the inhale. And be aware of that image of the infinity loop with the heart in the center. Feel from the center of the chest the experience. Lovely, back up. Inhale, lift the gaze. Exhale, push back into swan. Inhale, lift up into cat, lift the gaze. Exhale, tuck the toes, come into down dog. Inhale, drop the knees again, lift the gaze. Maybe take the toes back. Exhale, push back into swan. Inhale, cat, lifting the gaze. Exhale, down dog. Just slowly moving between those three movements with the breath. Does your body want you to lift onto the fingertips when you push back so you get a deeper opening into the armpits? Let's hold the swan position where the bottom's back. Walk the hands over to the right. Try to keep the bottom back towards the heels. And notice, do you want to, I'll show you from a different angle. So as you're moving over, maybe you want to walk the hand over so you feel the ribs moving up towards the sky. Just let the breath's energy flow into the left side and flow out, carrying away the denser energy that no longer serves you. Lovely, walk the hands over the other way. Play around with that top arm. Where do you want to position it? Where do you want to rest the head? Back to center. Inhale. Exhale into down dog. Going to walk our hands towards the feet, bend the knees as much as you need to do that movement. Let the head relax. Soften the knees. Inhale, just float up to the horizon. Exhale, lower back to the earth. Let's rest the arms. Inhale, float all the way up to the sky. Exhale, flow back down again. Knees can be soft or straight, whatever suits your body. Inhale to the horizon. Exhale, lower. Let the head release. Inhale all the way up. Flow down. Halfway up. And down. All the way up. Let the arms come up. Do you want to go further back? How does it feel? Flow back down again. Halfway. All the way up. Softly hold the arms over to the side. Draw a circle. Come all the way up the other side. Draw a circle. Do the knees need to be soft for you to do that? Or can you work with the legs straighter? It doesn't matter. What works for you will be different for somebody else. Get to the top and just go, I'm going to change directions. Exhale. Feel the movement in the arms. So you might find that the arms are straight, and as you come to the top, the elbows bend more, and we take more of a movement through into the ribs and a bit of a twist. So as we move like this, we're actively releasing toxins from the visceral organs, so the liver, the kidney, the spleen, gallbladder, intestines, stomach. And all those other nice juicy bits in there. Lovely, come all the way back up. That movement can make you feel a little bit nauseous, because you're squeezing the visceral organs and you're dumping toxins into the stomach, so you do need to drink water after class. Hands to the heart space. Inhale, let them float up. Exhale, soften the elbows, let them come down into a soft W behind the back. Inhale, let them come up. Exhale, let them come down. So I'm just crossing them. I'll show you from the back. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. So we're just keeping things soft so that we can express the movement in our own way. Good. Next exhale. Flow all the way down. Keep the knees soft. Step back on the right leg, and as you breathe in, look up. And as you breathe out, drop the knee. Take the toes back. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, do that kind of circular soft W. Inhale. Exhale. Feeling that. It's almost like an infinity movement in itself, creating two interlocking circles from the arms that radiate from the center of the chest. Feel the experience from the center of the chest with the breath. Hands come down, step it back into down dog. Take the feet nice and wide. Let the knees bend, move the bottom from side to side. Just feel the movement into the ribs and the shoulder. Let the head relax. Maybe you bend one knee more than the other. You keep the other leg straight and you stretch that way. So you take it right into the ribs. Lovely. Drop the knees. Inhale, lift the gaze. Exhale, push back into swan. Inhale, sweep through. So remember, that might just be a dipping cat type of movement for you, where you're much higher up, or you might be coming all the way down, chest low to the floor, into cobra. And lower. And again, lifting up. And lowering. Do you want to take a little twist into that? Inhaling. Look over the left shoulder. Inhale. And lower. Inhale. Over the right shoulder. And lower. And again. Feel the whole movement spiral through the body. Good. Push back into down dog. Step through with the right leg. Nice long stance. We're going to use the left arm like a big spiral to draw us up. Inhale, come up with the arm. Exhale, go the other way. Inhale, come down with the arm. Exhale, come up. Inhale. Exhale. And just notice how the body wants to move. Does it want to go further forwards? Does it want to go further back? Do you want to take a longer stance? Do you want to bend the front knee more or less? Good, now let's add another movement in, which is a spiral. As you exhale and come forwards, can you spiral round? Raise the right arm. Inhale, come all the way back again. Exhale, go all the way forwards, bring that back heel off the floor. Spiral up. Inhale. Exhale. Just allowing each movement to flow into the next, so there's no stop-starts. Good, now on the next exhale, we're just going to bring both hands down. Inhale, lift the gaze. Exhale, step through. Soften the knees. Inhale, come all the way up. Let the arms cross. Exhale, create that lovely fluid W behind the back. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale. Inhale, so as we're inhaling, we're crossing the arms at the front. So it's this, we're creating an infinity loop using the arms. Really nice big breath in as you raise the arms. Allow that sense of release as the elbows move into the soft W. Let's just pause for a moment at the top of that W. How does this feel? Come back up. Good, flow all the way down again. Take a breath in. And as you exhale, step back on the left leg this time. Drop the knee, take the toes back. Inhale, float up with the arms. Infinity loop. Exhale, a soft W. Just be aware of the being in the now of each breath, each tiny movement, and each journey of each movement. It feels different each time. Hands come down, exhale it into down dog. Good, drop the knees, inhale. Exhale, push it back. Inhale, sweeping through. Exhale, lowering. And again. Good, this time take the arms out like a T shape. Turn the head to one side, and we're going to do a fluid movement this way. So as you inhale, let the left knee bend, sweep the left arm up, sweep over to the right, so you're opening the front of the body. And as you exhale, come back to center. Inhale, flow the other way. Exhale. And don't worry if your shape looks different to mine. Doesn't matter. Opening the heart space, moving from side to side with the breath. Just nice and slowly. Take your time. Lovely, back to center, well done. Back into cobra, inhaling. Exhale, down dog. Step through with the left leg this time. Use the right arm to sweep you up. Inhaling, continue the inhale, let it come over. All the way down again. Good, take the exhale further down, rotate back, heel off the floor. Inhale, the heel comes back, sweep the arms back and up. So just a sequence of spiral movements. Remember, you can keep the elbows more bent if that suits your shoulder. You can even not even lift the arm in the twist as much, just do the elbow bent. Good, last one. Lovely, and as we exhale, bring the hands either side. Inhale, lift the gaze. Exhale, step forwards. Inhale, come all the way up. Cross the arms, exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Hold the hands above the head. Exhale. Completely releasing. Now use the mats on the width, so turn them to face the same way as mine, so it's easier to follow. Soften the knees. So we're going to work with the infinity movement in the body. Come forwards, grab the elbows. Move from side to side, so you're drawing that infinity loop. Just use the breath. Let the head relax. Settle to center. Hands come down. Soften the knees if you need to. Let the right elbow float upwards into a slight twist. Maybe extend the arm. Exhale, let it come down. Inhale, float the left arm up. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Back into the infinity movement, bending the knee, you're moving towards as much as you can. Removing the stagnant energy from the leg channels. Lovely, back to center. Bring the hands to the waist, soften the knees. Inhale, come all the way up. Squeeze the elbows back. Torrential rain. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way back up. Imagine this beautiful column of light flowing through the spinal column, up and down with the breath. Releasing, bring the hands to the floor, bring yourself down to the floor, take the legs out. Just start to move from side to side. Close your eyes. Just move the body. Feel how it affects the top of the hamstrings and the sit bones. Do you want to draw the shoulder further over? Does the head want to relax? What does it look like for you? We take the arms up and float over the leg. Do we want to draw a big circle? Do we want to place one hand down and let that circle come into the torso? Just try it, see how it feels for the body. So we're just allowing an expression of the breath to move through the body. But if we go the other way, other arm. Back to center. Just bring the hands towards the floor. And as you inhale, float one arm up. And as you exhale, let it come behind the body. So you take the spine into a twist. Inhale, bring it all the way up. Exhale, bring it all the way over. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. So you can do this with the legs crossed as well. It doesn't have to be straight. One more. Lovely. Now cross the legs again. Back to where we started. Hands on the knees. Circle once more. Change directions. One hand come down to the floor. Let the head relax towards that hand. Bend the elbow so it moves towards the floor. It doesn't have to touch the floor. Let the other arm come up. Let it just drape around the back of the head. Breathe. Maybe in this position you actually just want to straighten out one leg. Maybe that feels better for you. Come back up. So you have to remember that a lot of these postures were developed when yogis watched animals move. And animals don't go, well, I've got to do it like this and like that. They just go, oh, and they just stretch out. So stretch out. How does it feel? Is it better for that opposite leg to come out? Is it okay to keep the leg in? Lovely, come up. This time I'm going to be a little bit more prescriptive. Bring the legs round to the left. So this is a pose that's called the animal pose of relaxation. And if you ever watch a cat, sometimes a dog, they tend to do this. So bring the hands over the right thigh and just release over it. Relax the head. Just allow the forward fold to soothe the nervous system. Feel the flow of the breath. Slowly come back up. Reverse the process, legs to the right, over the left leg. Come back up. I want you to choose a comfortable sitting position for you. So sometimes for me, it's back on my knees. Maybe you need to roll the mat up a little bit so there's a bit more height for the pelvis, or sit on a cushion or a brick. It's whatever's comfortable for you. So I'm going to work with Nadi Shodhana, so the alternate nostril breath, which switches left to right. So bring the left hand into Chin Mudra, thumb and index finger together, and the right hand comes to the face. And you're either going to tuck the first two fingers in or rest them on the third eye, your choice. Or you can actually just have them not on the third eye, but moving up towards them. Breathe into both nostrils. Block the right nostril with the thumb and breathe down the left side. Good, now let's use an even flow. So count the breath into the left nostril. Block the left with the ring finger and breathe out of the right for the same amount of time. Inhale to the right. Block and breathe out of the left. So just keep the count even. And be aware of that flow, that living in the moment with the breath. Be aware of the sensation of the breath as it moves through each nostril from side to side and out. Finish on the exhale, let the hands release, and slowly make your way down to the floor. I want you to rest the body in a way that feels comfortable for you. So it may be that the knees want to rest against each other and the hands on the tummy. Maybe you want the arms above the head and the legs straight. Whatever feels comfortable for you. Reconnect to the flow of the breath. And as you breathe in, say to yourself, this body is breathing in. This body is breathing out. And notice that although you're saying those words to reaffirm the sensation and the understanding of the process, this body is breathing in, this body is breathing out, that there is an observer observing the process and the words. And feel this observing presence in the center of the chest, the spiritual self. Just witnessing the flow of the life force energy. Just being present with each moment of breath. Be aware of the rise and the fall of the physical body with the breath. the expansion and contraction. The sense of lightness and heaviness. So we have this flow of the breath where the inflow eventually turns round and becomes the outflow. And then the outflow turns and becomes the inflow. And it's a constant process of life energy, not just oxygen, but a living presence that animates the human body. And this flow is divine. And in the center of the flow is a sense of peace. Just allow yourself to rest in this sense of stillness, even though there is a flow of life force energy, a sense of silence, and a sense of spaciousness without boundaries. Now, when you're next ready, inhale and sweep the arms overhead. If they're not overhead already, breathe out with a big sigh. Let the knees come up towards you. Roll over to one side. Slowly come back up. Bring the hands to the heart space. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Let them flow down into the point of light at the heart. And namaste. Thank you for joining me.